Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you about Noom. Has Noom helped you? I believe it has.
Oh, that's got an app. You can do tracking. It's terrific.
It does. Noom builds personal plans that can meet individual needs. That's the thing. Takes into account any dietary restrictions, medical issues, other personal needs. That helps build a plan that works for you. And yes, so I know that you've had your own personalized program here that you've been working on. And
it's weight loss This is weight loss results that last. They stick around because you get yourself into a lifestyle change. That's what matters.
That's mainly it. You can't just say, I'm going to cut that out for a month and then go back.
Do it.
That's not what it is. So I'm glad it's helping you. That's great. And it really does. I like the psychology and biology-based approach here. Yeah. Noom Weight uses psychology. That's why they say losing weight starts with your brain, but it also takes into account your unique biological factors, Jimmy. All of your multitude flora and fauna that goes on inside of you there.
Sure. Yeah.
Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com, Noom.com here, based on 3.5-year study of actively engaged Noom users with minimum starting BMI of 25. Individual results may vary. Visit our website for more information. Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about Rocket Money. It's the start of a new year. It's the perfect time to get organized, set your goals, prioritize what matters most. And for me, top priority is getting myself together here. Financial wellness, doing that, which that feels important, just feels like adult stuff that you have to do. And thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable now. They show me all my subscriptions in one place, help me easily cancel ones I forgot that I've been paying for, which happened to me. Absolutely happened to me. For years, I was paying for something. I was like, what is going on here? Rocket Money found it and saved me lots of money since then, because it's been a while. So they did a great job here. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder today. That's rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder. rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Welch's knows some things make zero sense, like why the algorithm knows your music tastes better than you do. But zero sugar and full flavor? We made that make sense with new Welch's Zero Sugar. All that passion fruit or tropical punch goodness and none of the sugar. You gotta sip it to get it. New Welch's Zero Sugar. Let's fruit stuff up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay, choo-choo!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Jimmy's very excited today, as you might be able to
so
tell.
Hungry.
Man, you were like jacked for this. Yeah, dinner after this. This is
Hell
good stuff. Welcome to another Small Town Murder Express. We have another crazy episode for you. As usual, you know the Small Town Murder Express is we pack 10 pounds of lightning in a 2-pound bag.
It's dynamite.
And that's what we're doing here.
It's explosive.
Never mind dynamite.
It's electric.
Lightning. Boogie woogie. Let's do it. Okay. So before we get started, very, very quickly, just wanted to say thanks for all you do for us. You can still, I believe, if you're listening to this early, you can still get the virtual live show October 26th. It was available for a week after that. So if you're anywhere in that window, go ahead and order it. You can still get it. Halloween show, all sorts of weird stuff, crazy story, costumes, pictures, just like a regular live show, but anywhere in the world in your living room. So do that, hang out with us. Also, listen to our other shows, Your Stupid Opinions.
Love it.
Our new podcast available everywhere now. It's hilarious. We talk about people's dumb reviews from all over the internet. And also Crime and Sports, which has been around a long time. It's the OG podcast, and it's still going strong. So check that out. You also certainly want to get Patreon. Patreon.com/Crime and Sports is where where you get all the bonus stuff. Anybody $5 a month or above, a cup of coffee. Are you kidding me?
So minimal.
Just a cup of coffee will get you the entire bonus back catalog of 200 episodes or so, and then new ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get it all.
Right.
This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, another edition of Athletes Who Pay for Sex, or who enjoy paying for sex here. We did it one part a few months ago. Hilarious. We're going back for more. Yeah. And then just like they keep going back for more.
Yeah.
And then for Small Town Murder, we'll go back a couple of weeks and talk about the Manhattan, Montana serial killer, David Meyerhofer. We're going to talk about his confession where he goes into details and we can find out exactly the weird stuff he did.
Why, what,
how it happened.
You son of a bitch.
It's weird, man. So we'll get into all that. Patreon.com/Crime and Sports. Yeah. That said, though,
let's go.
Plenty of show. Yeah. Let's do this. I think, everybody, it's time to sit back. Let's all clear the lungs. And shall we coordinate today?
Yeah,
why not?
Let's give it a run.
And we'll all shout, Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this,
okay.
Jimmy. What do you say, everybody? Let's go on a trip, shall we?
I'd love it.
All right, let's go all the way to Wisconsin this week. Going to a nice place here in south central Wisconsin.
Okay.
It is it's 25 minutes outside of Madison.
It's right there.
So it's right outside Madison, so near the college.
What's it called?
It is Windsor, Wisconsin.
Windsor, Wisconsin.
About an hour and 20 to Milwaukee that way. So Windsor, Wisconsin, population 8,589.
There's one in England, right? There's one in Ontario.
Sure.
There's Windsor
everywhere. Right across from Detroit. It's right there.
Yeah,
it's
right
there. Yeah. Median household income here is high. It is $104,179.
Wisconsins are figuring it out.
Cracked the six figures in this area, and it's around the capital, and this is like a suburb. If you work in Madison and make a little dough, you live out here. Median home price here also $391,100. So
it's pretty good.
It's costly, but it's a nice area. That's what I'm saying. It's nice. A little bit of history in this town.
Yeah.
People visited this town in the late 1830s.
James?
But the
James Madison, that
James,
guy?
no, him. Yeah, he was here way back then. No. The first settler to this place was William Lawrence. He came from Vermont. He served in the Civil War. And then another guy named James Morrison settled in the town in 1843.
Oh.
And now that town is Morrisonville. He changed it. He's like, this area here, me.
Yeah.
Named after me, cocksuckers.
Started a band called The Doors.
That's right. It was he shortened his name to Jim, too. He's like, I don't think James Morrison is going to be cool. Jimmie Morrison, that doesn't sound right.
Lighting fires.
Jim. I think Jim is the way to go. Yeah. Now let's go to the next whiskey bar and we'll talk about what else we're going to do. Keyboards, you think, in this? Fuck it, right? Fuck it. Let's do keyboards. Yeah. Nobody does that. So Windsor is it's a village and a former town.
What?
Used to be a town, now it's a village.
That's not how they work.
I don't know how that works, but I don't know. It's in Dane County here.
That's where Madison is, too.
Well, in a village, I guess there's other little towns in the village.
In the village?
Like little communities. Yeah, that's how they do it. So there's Lake Windsor, Morrisonville, and Token Creek, where the one black guy in town lives.
They make him live there.
We
don't call it segregation. We call it gifting.
That's
what it is.
Creek.
He got his 40 acres.
Yeah. So, well, we didn't give him that many, but so yeah, that's crazy. So they voted to incorporate as a village on November 3rd, 2015.
Yeah.
So that's when they finally did it as a village.
Rather
than a town. It was a town, and a portion of the town was a census. This gets everything, so the cops will go everywhere and shit like that. Okay. The fire department works for everybody. So it's in the Madison statistical area.
Got it.
They count it as part of that. A portion of the former town was a part of a disputed annexation by the village of DeForest.
Oh.
But this happened in 2004, so they just reached a settlement rather than blowing up each other's stuff to get the county records or anything.
Okay.
Reviews of this place, there's no reviews of the town, but there are reviews of Dane County. So
Dane County is a nice place.
Let's see what they say.
Okay.
5 stars, best county in Wisconsin.
Okay.
The most welcoming and feel. And feel absolutely safe more than any. So they capitalized absolutely. So I'm like that. I thought that was a new sentence now.
The whole letter or the whole word?
Just the A.
All right.
So more than any other county. I grew up in the suburbs of Milwaukee and suggest to all that they live in Dane if they can afford it.
Oh.
If you can afford it.
You cheap bastards in Milwaukee.
Fuck. 5 stars. Dane County houses Wisconsin's capital. It's filled with parks and lakes. There's a lot to do outdoors. There's a great urban feel to Madison as well.
It's true. It feels very farmy, but it's a fucking city.
But then there's a city there, too. Yeah, it's the Midwest because Minneapolis feels like that, too. It feels like a city, and then you get outside of downtown, and you're like, oh, this is
I'm in a bar, and we're doing a meat auction. This is
super
wild.
weird. Yeah, Vern Gagne is going to train me to wrestle in a bar at any minute now. 3 stars here.
Yeah.
Things were never, and this is in quotes, bad.
Okay.
So not much to improve.
Oh.
So only 3 stars.
Overall, pretty good.
Weird. Okay, 3 stars. With it being a college county, in quotes, there are things they do and don't do well. It's a very diverse area filled with many college students, and the capital of Madison is set up as such, with an abundance of bars, restaurants, and clubs.
Yeah.
You know, like they have with college kids, businesses that they might frequent.
Yeah.
Housing can get expensive quickly unless you know where to look if you're searching downtown Madison. It's mostly a safe place. Drunkards are fairly common.
Welcome to the Midwest, pal.
Although harmless in most situations. That is the Midwest in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Drunkards are common, but fairly harmless. Whereas in the East Coast cities, the drunkards might punch you for no reason.
You betcha.
The West Coast are just or the center there, the Midwest are like, just, how you doing?
Hey.
You want a curd?
Would you talk for me for a little bit?
I got extra curds. I'm trying to give them to you.
I got some walking cheese.
It's all about UW Madison, so prepare to be blasted in the face with Bucky the Badger, which is not a sexual thing if you're not from the U.S. Bucky the Badger is their mascot, and he will apparently just jizz all over you.
That and Packers. In the airport, there is a crowd that you can't walk through until there's a commercial break. Then everybody walks away to their gate.
It's better than Bucky the Badger Bukkake, though, which happens on Saturdays. That's a different thing completely.
You got to bathe in it.
Bucky Bukkake's different.
You got to lather up with it.
No, it's gross. Yeah, you shampoo your hair. Dane, things to do here. The Dane County Fair.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Annual family-friendly event, obviously, here. You go to the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Friends from near and far venture here.
Is that the football stadium?
Yeah, that's in Madison for free concerts. I think it's probably where they play basketball, the college or some entertainment, great food, animals, and adventure. The fair is a rich history dating back to 1851.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. The history guides us as we strive to honor the past.
170 years of this fair.
It doesn't say what they really have there, though. They said there's parades, festivals, community events.
It's a fair.
A fair. But I mean, is there games? Is there bands? Who's playing?
Probably.
Is Poison there? Tell me.
Probably.
Yeah. What 80s bands are you having here? Next up, Windsor Fest.
Yeah.
Here. Windsor Fest is very small because it's in just this town. It is at Windsor Fireman's Park.
Okay.
It says basically show up to the park
and you'll see
hang
what's
out.
here.
And it's free admission because it's a park and you just walk in. There is a band playing, though.
Oh.
The band is called Playlist. Which tells me that they're a cover band.
Yeah. No, they cover the shit out of everything.
You're going to hear Smash Mouth today, everybody. It's going to happen.
You might hear something from The Weeknd.
That could happen. They'll mix it up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You didn't expect us to play that, did you?
And coming up next, Mr. Brightside.
Didn't expect the medley of fucking, Offspring with...
right into AC/DC.
Right into Lizzo.
Bang.
You didn't get it, did you? Boom. They changed their name to Playlist. They were formerly the Rabid Aardvarks.
Good move.
Good move. That doesn't really say that you're going to play familiar music that 40-year-olds want to dance to.
Rabid Aardvarks tells me you're still trying.
Yeah, that's trying a little too hard. That said, let's talk about someone who could have tried harder, not to be a murderer. Yeah. Let's talk about some murder here. All right. This is a very recent murder. One of the more recent ones we've ever done.
When?
2021, let's go back to.
That's too new.
It's fresh.
Oh, boy.
It's a fresh one. And this guy, there's an asshole involved that time won't soften.
No?
He's a jackass. Yeah. Let's talk about the Halderson family. Okay. All right. Bart and Krista are the mom and dad
parents?
Here. Parents. Bart's 50, Krista's 53. Yeah. They do very well for themselves. They're... from all accounts, extremely nice people, helpful, kind, good parents.
Yeah.
They say they have everything anybody could want. They have a beautiful home in Windsor.
Yeah.
They have 2 sons. Mitchell's 24, works in the tech industry. Chandler's 23. He's a college student who lives at home.
They have 2 kids named Mitchell and Chandler?
Mitchell and Chandler.
That's successful folks.
And they're both 6. Yeah. You name your kids Mitchell and Chandler, they're going to college, I feel
betcha.
like.
Yeah.
Chandler wants to get a degree here, and he has an internship at an insurance company, and he has landed a job in the future here in a couple months at SpaceX, which he's very excited about in 2021. Jacked about it. Yeah. So he's jacked. Everybody couldn't be prouder.
Yeah.
They're, 50, 53. They've raised their kids. They're doing their own thing. They have a cabin that they go to on the weekends sometimes.
Lake cabin.
Bart and Krista living a nice life. Their sons, they don't have to worry about them. They're
right.
good.
They got Mitchell and Chandler just figuring it out based on their name alone.
No one's going to be living in our basement.
No.
Thank fuck for that. This is great. Okay, until one of them gets divorced, and that'll be temporary.
He'll only be here a little bit.
He'll be here for a little while.
Kids on the weekend.
He's going to bring in too much stuff. We're going to have kids running around on the weekend, but he'll get his own place pretty quickly, I feel like. Then July 2nd, 2021 comes around. It's 4th of July weekend here, coming up anyway. And Krista does not show up for work.
Oh?
Which is not like Krista. Krista's very dependable.
Yeah.
No calls, no shows here. So her coworker, who's also a friend of hers, a guy named Daniel Croninger, he worried about her, tried to call her, text her.
Yeah.
In 2021, you could hit her up on 45 different forms of communication to see if she's around.
She could have grabbed
social
a hold of
media,
her.
but no, never gets any response from
Really?
her. No response, nothing. So he decides to go over to their house to check on her because she's worried. He's like, she always responds to text message and stuff like that. Goes over to the house, and he encounters their son, Chandler, the 23-year-old who lives at home, the SpaceX one here, who's told everyone about that. He lives at home. And this guy's like, where's your mom and dad? I'm trying to get a hold of your mom. She didn't show up at work. And he said, they went to the family cabin for the 4th of July weekend.
Oh.
They've been gone. They left this morning, like early.
They didn't tell you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I should have told your boss.
He's like, well, yeah, she didn't come into work. He's like, I don't fucking know. I'm 23. I don't give a shit. I have the house to myself. I'm trying to get some pussy here this weekend.
There's a college right there.
I'm trying to get some trim up in this joint this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
I work for SpaceX. That's going to impress the literal pants off.
I'm going to drop that shit on somebody till it impresses them. I'll tell you that much. So now the 4th of July weekend goes, and this guy says, that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe she forgot. It's unlike her, but I mean, who knows with people? Yeah. Who the hell knows what's going on? So they just shrug and, all right, whatever.
Okay.
So then the weekend goes by, and they never come home.
Oh.
They don't return messages. They don't return texts. They don't call into work.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. They're just
no call, no show again.
No call, no show, everything. So now Daniel, the work guy, he gets a hold of Chandler again, and he goes, they still haven't shown up. If they haven't shown up, and can you get a hold of them? He said, no, I've texted them too. They won't text me back, nothing. He says, you got to call the cops. You got to put a missing person report in. They're not answering.
Something's wrong, man.
This is unlike your parents. It's not like it's like a silver alert where they're 75. They might be wandering somewhere in their bathrobe. That's not what it is, but it's something might have happened to them.
They're in their 50s. They got some medication they take.
Not only that, they could have been driving to the cabin and run off the road and hit a tree and be in a ditch and no one saw them. They could be dead somewhere in a ditch.
They could have hit a stray cow.
They could have hit a moose, for Christ's sake. We have no fucking idea what happened up there. So on Wednesday, July 7th, Chandler reports his parents missing.
Okay.
So this is from July 2nd. They haven't been around. Now the 7th. So 5 days has gone by.
Jesus.
So he reports them missing to the Dane County Sheriff's Office, and they said, obviously, when's the last time you saw your parents would be a helpful thing here. And he said, well, they went to their family cabin, but they left with another couple.
Oh.
They were picked up by another couple and driven to the cabin.
Maybe they're part of the lifestyle, having a great
That's
time.
what I mean. Maybe we don't know what they're doing.
Pineapple everywhere.
I was just going to say, there's just a whole community of cabins with pineapples carved into the sides,
Yeah.
Or like on the side, like people put those fucking stars.
Yeah.
Big giant pineapples.
Woodwork done. So
yes.
We're in this lifestyle forever.
This woodwork, this fine craftsmanship means I'd like you to fuck my wife, please. And I'd like to watch.
Perhaps I'll fuck yours while you fuck her.
I'll be watching because I'll be fucking your wife. So. He says that I don't know this couple. It's just some couple I don't know. They got in the car. They drove off, said they were going to the cabin for the weekend. Okay. I'm here. I'm 23. I don't care what the fuck they do. Yeah. I'm just happy to have the house to myself. You know any girls?
Right.
Like he's just
wearing out these tube socks.
Yeah, it's a mess in here, and I don't know how to do laundry either. So
no more elastic.
I'm going flip flops for the rest of the weekend because I'm out of socks, bro. It's sandal time here for the rest of the
gross
rest of the weekend. So the police, they try to ask anybody who they're friends. Nobody said they've heard from them. Nobody knows. So they put out a plea to the public. If anyone has any information, been missing since July 1st is the last time they were seen. Jesus. That's when they took off the night of July 1st is what Chandler said. He said that they had planned a trip to Langlade County for the weekend, and the family had been unable to confirm that they arrived safely and anybody along the way and everything like that. Now, their personal vehicles are accounted for.
Oh.
So the sheriff's office said there's no known vehicle to associate the couple with.
I have no idea.
Because the son just said they got in some couple's car and took off. That's why their cars are still there.
It's a car. It's got four wheels, four doors. It's got a car.
Sedan.
American, that's
maybe.
A word. Is coupe a word still?
Dodge, Ford, Chevy, I believe. A General Motors.
They all look alike now, so I can't tell you what it was.
It was a Pontiac.
Yeah. It was either a Hyundai or a BMW,
or a Kia or a Geo. I'm not sure.
Do they still make the Geo?
A Kia Geo. It could have been a Saturn, Geo. Possibly.
Volkswagen Pietragallo. What are those called?
I have no idea. Volkswagen Technogenarians.
One of those cars. Who's that?
Tiggle-wiggle-lons. We don't know what it is.
If you're going to rob a bank, that's the one you use because they can't pronounce it.
It was a Volkswagen Tiggle-wiggle-wiggle-won. It was a Tuga-Google-won. A thing.
It's a Volkswagen Mogwai.
I'm in the next county by then. I'm out of here. So Mitchell drives on July 8th. Mitchell, the other son, the oldest son, he drives to the family cabin, which is 3 hours north.
Jesus.
To search for them. Maybe they're up there somewhere. The sheriff's deputies met him there, and together they searched the whole property.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is very odd procedure to have a family member searching, and they don't know.
What if they find him? That'll ruin that kid.
What if the kid did something to them, and now you're letting him trounce around where evidence could be, or stuff like that. It's just weird.
Smearing blood and shit.
But when they got there, it became very clear to them that no one had been at that cabin in a long time.
Yeah.
There's dust on places that could only be the top of a doorknob is dusty on the inside. No one's left the fucking house, obviously. There's things that it's obvious that there's no one has been there. Yeah. You can tell when no one's been there.
The water hasn't been turned on.
Things like that. No signs of Bart or Krista or any of their belongings that they don't keep there anyway. Yeah. So in a statement from the Halderson family distributed by the sheriff's office Friday, they thanked everyone for support.
Sure.
We continue to ask for anyone's assistance who may have information on the whereabouts of Bart and Krista. We have strong hopes for the best possible outcome. Okay. Which on this show is weak. If you're on this show immediately, it's futile. Yeah. So friends, including longtime friends of the family, neighbors, Bart's brother Brett, they described
Bart's brother Brett.
Bart's brother Brett. Brett and his brother Bart.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Bart's brother Brett described Krista as very doting. On the kids and on Bart, and Bart as also too responsible to have gone on a trip without telling anyone.
Yeah.
Like, Krista would have told the kids where she was.
The guy owns a cabin. He's telling
That's
folks.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd be bragging to everybody.
I'll be at the cabin if you're looking for me this weekend, so I don't get great cell service up there.
Every time I'd go there, I'd call somebody to tell them, hey, how's your day? Pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to my cabin. What are you doing? I don't
know. You send me like an Instagram message. It's going to take me probably 2 days to get back to you.
I'll be up at my cabin, so, hope you have a great weekend. I'll be at my cabin.
That's how it works. Bart's a certified public accountant. They're not not known as real wild men.
Yeah.
They're not like, ooh, yeah, they just disappear for fucking weeks at a time on Bender's accountants do.
Not a lot of MREs in their garage where they can just grab a handful of them and disappear.
Here we go, getting off. Like he's got his go bag in his trunk. It's a duffel bag full of party clothes and shit. Party clothes, couple of bottles of booze, some hard-on pills. He's got it all. He's just ready to go out there and fuck his way through the night. That's not Bart. Bart's a calm dude who hangs out with his wife and does things, a nice way.
Very casual.
His brother and his friend said he would never have taken a large amount of cash with them to gamble because Chandler told the cops, I think they took a shitload of cash with them, I think because Dad was going to gamble.
At the
cabin. I don't know if they're having a big poker tournament up there or what, but
they're running craps on the patio.
It's very strange. That's what everybody said, though, because they talked to Chandler and they talked to the friends, and they're like, would they have brought money with them to gamble? What kind of gambling did he do? Because that might maybe he's in debt to gamblers. Yeah. And everyone was like, that doesn't sound like Bart. He didn't gamble. He wouldn't have taken large amounts of cash. He's got like money in stocks and annuities and 401ks and shit and tax shelters. Not cash. What are we talking about? So. Also, Chandler told people his parents also took a lot of alcohol with them on the trip. Just cash and booze. No clue. I got one pair of underwear, my whole bar, and every dime I got in cash. Let's roll, baby.
In your 50s, you're taking a bunch of booze and only one pair of drawers? You better bring a few.
He's 23. That's what he would have taken. A bunch of cash to gamble with, a bunch of booze, and one pair of underwear in case I get my dick wet.
Box of rubbers.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah. But then all of their friends said they weren't heavy drinkers that they wouldn't bring like
a bunch of booze.
Like they might bring a bottle of wine or something, but not a fucking a full bar with them. They're not going to have a bunch of fifths with them just to let's start pouring. So they described, a bunch of people said to the cops that when they talked to Chandler, because they're friends and family, Chandler's like the point man because he lives there, so he's talking to all these people. They described him as nervous, awkward, distracted, and, quote, emotionally flat in his interactions with them in the days.
And it doesn't sound like he even knows his parents.
Not at all.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, dude. They got a bunch of cash and just a pair of board shorts and some slides and a bunch of booze, and they just took off. Dad said he was going to get some stank on his hang down. You know what I'm saying? And
Dad walked out with a couple handles of Finlandia. I don't know,
bro. Had some Lord Calverts with him, and that's all they did.
This guy's on a bender.
He's on a fucking bender, man. So, by the way, we did a Lord Calverts review for Your Stupid Opinion, so check that out.
Enjoy.
So they said, this is all people said he was like that for a few days, including people who he visited several neighbors on the morning of the 8th to ask whether whether they'd seen his parents and stuff like that. Then when the cops come to get him on the 8th to talk to him, he'll then ask a bunch of people, or before the cops come talk to him, he goes around to neighbors and he goes, hey, you guys got Ring doorbell? Do you have surveillance video showing the street at all?
Oh, that is going to be the savior of this society.
Yeah, he's doing a Chris Watts deal. You don't happen to have any, because you could just give it to me and I'll take care of it, of course.
I'm investigating.
Yeah, so one of the people, a longtime friend of the family named Hannah, said it's almost feeling like you have to think how to act. Said that's how Chandler was
behaving
with her and her sister, very weird.
Purpose-built behavior, actions, replies, questions, interactions.
And I guess he had gone. Now he's saying he went to the family farm, to a farm by himself. Okay, because he's seen walking from a farm. Around down a row of trees.
Yeah, I was just wandering around.
So they start searching. They want to know why Chandler never mentioned he went back to the farm. Why didn't he talk to us about that? So they picked Chandler up and took him to the station and talked to him. So there's a video of it, and he's kind of tired, haggard looking.
Video of them talking?
They're talking to him, and he just looks like he's kind of what now? What's going on?
I just woke up.
It's kind of he looks like he just got real stoned and took a half-hour nap, and someone just woke him up immediately, and he's like, what's going on?
Oh, the worst. Xanax grog.
I don't know what's going on. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the safest sponsor ever, Simply Safe. Absolutely, these people will keep you safe. It's amazing. You know that every 26 seconds a burglary takes place in the United States, according to the FBI. That means that by the time this podcast is over, dozens and dozens of homes will have been targeted, ransacked. God knows what happens here. So protect your home before it's too late with Simply Safe proactive security system. Simply Safe helps stop threats before they even have a chance to break in. Named Best Home Security System by U.S. News and World Report 5 years in a row. And by us for about the last 8 years as well. If you trust us, believe me, you want Simply Safe. So visit simplysafe.com/small to claim 50% off a new system with professional monitoring plan and your first month free. That's simplysafe.com/small. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
This show, Small Town Murder, is brought to you by BetterHelp. Get yourself some therapy, everybody. Honestly, here. We often hear about, red flags that you should avoid. Hey, that's a lot of a thing. It's become a real phrase now, real cliche. Yeah. But why don't you focus also, you look at green flags in friends and partners. Look for good things as well. Right. And maybe you're not sure what that looks like, though. Therapy can help you figure that out. What are positive things? What are the green flags? And then you can practice them in your relationship. It's absolutely a fact. And so, honestly, we absolutely are huge advocates for this. It really, really helps. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable. It's convenient. They serve over 5 million people worldwide. You can access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists, wide ranges of specialties there. Here's the coolest part. You're not getting along with your therapist, you're just not feeling it, you can switch at any time, no extra charge.
Wow.
The thing is, they want you to get help. That's it. And you can do it with BetterHelp. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/smalltownmurder today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
So, yeah, he's wearing a hoodie and a baseball cap, and he's explaining in very halting manner kind of what he's been doing, everything he's been doing from June 30th to July 8th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he said that after he told them his parents had left for the family cabin, he left on the 2nd and never returned. He complained over the course of this interview of various injuries, Chandler does. Yeah. He needed... he took 3 Advil from the sheriff's office employee. Said he had a headache.
3.
He said he had a headache, leg pain, and possible permanent nerve damage. And also in his future is the possibility of a colostomy bag.
It's a 23-year-old?
As a result of a fall he'd taken down the stairs in mid-June. He blew his bowels out falling down the stairs. What 23-year-old falls down and has to shit into a bag afterwards? I've never heard of that before.
He's behaving more elderly than me.
What is wrong with this guy? Yeah, I was 23. You could drop me out of a window and I would be like, I'm all right. I'm good.
Took a fall. Feel like I'm going to have to shit in a bag.
He's just telling him I got leg pain. I'm all fucked up. Permanent nerve damage. I got permanent bag shitting coming up. I'm having problems.
Some fucking Advil. He's acting like like the fucking McClane in Die Hard.
It's weird. So then they hit Chandler with this.
Yeah.
They go, we found out that your parents found out that you haven't been truthful with them. What's up with that? They said, yeah, we found out that they found out recently that you've been lying to them for years. He didn't go to school.
What?
He pretended to go to school. He didn't have a job. He didn't have a job lined up at SpaceX. He didn't even go to fucking school. He had dropped out of school long ago.
What did he think?
Years ago.
How do you think they were?
Don't know. It doesn't matter because when you're doing it, it's just I'll think of the next lie to cover the next lie, and I'll cover that lie with this lie.
And
I'll Anna Delvey this shit.
He's now grandiose this fucking life that he doesn't have.
I'm graduating with honors. I have a job at SpaceX. None of it's true.
My God.
He built this giant false image of himself and told his parents about it and told everybody about it.
And they're about to find out. They found out.
They found out because the parents told friends that they found out about it and family and shit. And so they told the cops. And the cops
my God,
said,
how embarrassing.
Chandler, why would you say that? Why would you lie?
How embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. It's just I have been lying for years. And I've seen several. This is a thing that people do. There's several things that these college students that aren't college students that lie to their parents for years. years, and then they get to the point of
graduation.
I need to graduate soon, and they don't know what to do because what the fuck do you do now? Now you're going to be in trouble. You're so beholden to your parents that you will lie to them for years telling them you go to school rather than just going, I dropped out, fucking deal with it or shut up. That's what me or you would have said if we actually had gone to college, and because we would have dropped out.
No, if I told my mom I dropped out, she'd be like, yeah, I figured.
Yeah, obviously. You know what? You still got more college than anybody else in the family. That's what my fucking father would have said. Good job.
You could barely go when it was state mandated.
Yeah.
Let alone optional and purchase.
I had to force you to go when if you didn't, people would come to my house to get you.
And maybe try to lock me up.
They'd lock me up for it. So, yeah. So
what the fuck, though?
This is Detectives Brian Shunk and Bill Hendrickson.
How embarrassing for Bart, though, to tell his friends to be like,
yeah, my son's a fucking liar.
What do I do? Like, he's looking for help, clearly.
And I would be like, Mitchell, is this true what you're doing? Are you lying too?
Mitchell!
Do you really have a job? I'd be going to visit him at work. I'll just come visit you at
Show
work.
me your pay stubs, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, where are you? Act like you're buying a used car. Pay stubs.
I need 6 months.
6 months of pay stubs. Going back. So they talked to him. He said that he helped his parents pack for the trip even. He said that he broke a pane of glass on a fireplace cover while playing with one of the family's 2 dogs. That's why there's a broken piece of glass over the fireplace cover. And that he visited his girlfriend's mother's partner on July 4th and shot off fireworks with one of his mother's coworkers later that night. That's what he's been up to.
Yeah.
So they said, again, let's just go back and you describe to me what happened the last time you saw your parents.
Right.
He says, okay, quote, it's Thursday morning. I wake up. So he's doing present tense at this point, which is weird right away. They said, what time do you think? He said 6.
That's early.
Up at 6. Well,
for
you
a kid
get
with no job.
when you got it's a long day of lying. You got to get up early and sort your lies out. If your whole life is a lie, you get up an
early
hour,
bird gets the fib.
It gets the lie. Yeah, you'd wake up an hour early just to sit and okay, let me figure out and form my lie for the day and my whole what I'm going to say. How
does this convince of this?
Yeah,
out of this, I need evidence and proof.
He said his dad was at home working, and he had dinner with both of his parents that day. And he said, quote, that's when they told me while they were eating that they were going to go with their friends.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, cool. That's what he said. It's quote unquote.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the detective said, and they had said they were going to the cabin. And Chandler said, well, we're going up north, they said. So now he's not even saying that he was positive about the cabin.
Yeah.
He didn't even follow up. He just said, they said up north, and I assumed cabin. Which is all present tense, we're adding weird shit immediately. So the detectives question him. While they're questioning him, by the way, they're searching the farm that he was seen walking by. That's not their farm.
The other part is he's a known liar. So now every question that he answers, you have to try to process why would he say that?
Oh, yeah.
This would be so fucked to be an investigator.
This is fucking fun here, though, because you got a guy dangling and you know what.
This is Jody Arias all
when
over
you
again.
know more than he knows you know. This is like Russell Williams when he's like, well, I got your footprints and a thing here. And he goes, oh, fuck. Yeah. Or BTK going, that DNA is like 100%, huh? All right, let me tell you. Here's the Oteros. Let's talk about those.
Wait, ruffled panties in my top drawer. What?
All right, let's get it on then. So at this point, the deputies who are searching the farm notify the police that they've found something out here they might be interested in. So then the detective Hendrickson comes back in, and he's got a completely different attitude towards Chandler.
He's smiling and giggly. I know something you don't know.
He came in and he said, listen to me.
Yeah.
This is the only chance you're going to have to tell us the truth, okay?
Yeah.
A kid like this, you got to treat him, I think, like you're his parents, because I think that's what he reacts to. That's why he would lie to them for so long. Right. He said, listen. He's got so much there.
I want to phrase this for you.
I don't want this to be perfect. I can only say it once. Say it once. I
only got the opportunity.
Got one chance.
I only get the chance to scare the motherfuck out of you once. Here I go.
Listen.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what we know, but we know you're not telling us the truth. You need to tell us the truth. So Chandler goes, there's That's what he does.
Fuck, what do you know?
There's and a big sigh.
Yeah.
And the detective says, listen.
Yeah, listen here.
You need to tell the truth about what happened and just tell us why it happened. I'm not BSing you, okay? I'm not You can say bullshitting when you're talking about murder.
Well, there's a body.
Yeah,
you get some proof.
We're beyond language being offensive at this point.
You can call him a motherfucker.
That's why we curse on this show, because we're like, we talk about people's heads being sawed off. We can't say fuck. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's no other way to describe it. So anyone who can describe murder without cursing, they're not telling you the truth.
They're bullshit.
They're bullshit. They're fucking full of shit.
They are more than BSing you.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not BSing you, okay? So, can we do that? And Chandler says, okay, yeah, okay, lawyer.
What?
Ends the interview right there.
All right, sure. Give me a lawyer and we'll do it.
Soon as he sits down and that cop looked him in the eye, Chandler knows he knows more than he wants to know. And he knows there's no way out of this, so he just says, lawyer. Done. Lawyer. Boy. Which is smart.
Yeah.
But also disappointing for our purposes.
For a kid that smart, you should have just gone to college, man.
That's what I mean, rather than do all this
there.
shit. So the request for a lawyer ends the interview. Now, what was going on, why they said, listen, all that shit. While they're talking to him, these detectives received information there. Turns out deputies get a tip from a farm owner that says she had seen Chandler walking from the wood line on her property a few days before he had reported his parents missing. Okay. Deputies searched the area. They discovered human remains.
Oh, no.
A male torso.
Dismembered.
Not a whole body.
Cut up.
A torso.
Wow.
Yes.
He's like a sick Johnny Appleseed dropping them around?
Dropping pieces. Yeah, going around
fuck?
like fucking the dude who used to throw the confetti in the air.
Yeah.
That old comedian guy. I can't remember his name. That
Rip
guy.
Torn.
There you go. No, not Rip Torn.
Rip Torn. Rip something.
No, he's not. He's
Is it Rip?
Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a Rip that had did the confetti too. With the mustache and the fake hair.
Yeah, no, Rip Torn is
the guy from
Artie
Men in Black.
Yeah, and Artie from Larry Sanders.
Who's Rip?
I killed a woman like you in Korea. That's Artie there. So
I need to know what his fucking last name is just for me. Rip, comedian.
Taylor.
Bingo.
Pop. You
Rip
said
Taylor.
Rip, and then the word Taylor came out. So that's the guy with
Hello, Fresco.
That guy. So they go to work on it. They identify the remains as Bart.
Yeah.
Yes. No Krista, though. No sign of a woman's torso.
And no legs, arms, or head?
Not at the moment.
Oh, my.
So in a statement, they said preliminary results from the autopsy confirm that Mr. Halderson died from homicidal violence, including firearm injury.
So a gunshot to the body at some point.
He didn't explode in a field somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
So that's pretty much goes without saying. During the hearing, because now they arrest Chandler, he calls for a lawyer, and they go, great, you can talk to him in fucking lockup because you're going to fucking jail now.
We'll get him here for you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You can give him a call from there. So they said that during this hearing, they talk about the body being dismembered. They're expecting to file homicide charges. They're not doing it right now.
Okay.
Right now, he is held on $10,000 bail, rejecting pleas from the district attorney for $1 million bond. Mm-hmm. He's booked into the county on a tentative felony charge of providing false information on a missing person.
Okay.
The judge said if you want him on $1 million, you got to charge him with more than that.
Yeah. And we can't charge him with murder because we don't even know.
We're not positive of anything. So he said, we're not going to, 10 grand is what you're going to get hold of. Now they come up with a clue. Uh-huh. The thing about nowadays is everywhere you go.
God damn the cameras.
Cameras, your phone.
Holy shit.
Your phone is just like a map of where you've been, who you've talked to, at what time. It can just show your whole life.
You know, the fun part about phones is that you can look in maps and it fucking shows everywhere your phone's been.
Exactly where you've been.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So they get a clue from Snapchat, of all places.
Oh, shit.
The one time on the face of the earth that Snapchat has been useful for anything. Snapchat sucks a cock.
Yeah.
So
it's gross.
It's just bad. It's
It's
just
gross.
Lousy. It's just lousy.
It's just naked children.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Well, ew, I didn't know that.
That's what they do. They send each other.
Get that far.
My daughter's on it all the time, and I'm like, you need to get off of that, right? I've heard of horrible things that
just naked children. That sounds awful.
That's the way I describe it.
Anywhere that
anybody that says, "Are you on Snapchat?" I go, "No, I deleted it. It's all naked children."
Anyone that says anything, you could go. Did you ever go to that one, the McDonald's? By it's all naked children. I'm never going there again. Not going to that McDonald's. I don't want to see that. So
it's
they
just
get
children sending each other their dicks.
They get Chandler's use of his Snapchat app here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he thought it all deletes.
Well, his girlfriend, Catherine Cat Melander, gave investigators permission to download data from her phone.
Oh, that's so nice.
The
of
other
her.
side, yeah. Detectives said that she would keep tabs on him using a Snapchat feature that allows users to track a friend's location in real time.
Oh, my God.
She kept track of him through that. So she goes, well, I know where he was all the time.
The one time that a stalker crazy girlfriend works out terrifically.
I got his whole...
everything.
I know everywhere he's been. So if you want to see a little map of where he's been. So they go, well, fuck yeah, we'd like to see that. On July 3rd, she spotted him on Snapchat near the Wisconsin River.
Oh.
Belander had taken a screenshot of the location and saved it to her phone.
You motherfucker fishing.
Wow, Kat, you got to chill the fuck out. Number one, let me say this.
Yeah, it paid off this time.
This time, yes. But unless your boyfriend's a murderer, this is disturbing behavior, Kat. And this was only 2 years ago. So you're still young and you still have a chance to be normal. Thank you for helping this one time. Don't fucking do this anymore. Find a guy you can trust. Or if you need to map him on Snapchat and take screenshots, that means it's not a good relationship, Kat, and you don't belong together because you don't trust him.
Oftentimes, psychos attract psychos too. So the two of them might be fucking problems. I don't know.
No, but he's a fucking con man. Obviously,
he's clearly beyond.
So
you can fix this cat.
Kat, don't. This was one person. It's one person. He's a liar. Yes. You find someone who you can trust and you don't need to track in real time.
On Snapchat.
Holy shit. So detectives search the Snapchat location. They go to the location he was at. They get there because they know exact coordinates.
Yeah.
Once they get there, they find human remains.
Oh, my God.
They confirm they were the remains of his mother, Krista Halderson. He dismembered his mother.
What the fuck?
He dismembered his parents, man.
To hide that he didn't go to college?
Because he lied.
Oh,
he
my God.
didn't want to come clean, and there was the embarrassment when he came clean, or I don't know if they were threatening him to kick him out or cut him off, or I don't know get his shit together. They were just, not 100,000%. Hey, little Chandley, can we get you anything for 2 seconds? And he couldn't fucking take it anymore.
Wow.
I guess something. We can't know.
Never will.
Can't know.
Yeah.
Because he said lawyer. That's all we know. So, yeah, he's charged with the murder, and it looks pretty bad for him at this point.
Bet.
The Snapchat location where they were found was a familiar place to Chandler as well. It's a place he'd gone before. Boy. It was near his favorite swimming hole for years in a remote area with access to the Wisconsin River.
Dropped his mom in his favorite swimming hole?
Brought it to my favorite swimming hole.
Wow.
Yeah, you never saw Opie do that shit, I don't think. Right. I've never watched that show once, but I doubt he did that. I know they went to a fishing hole. Maybe he dropped a corpse off there.
I think Andy lived a long time.
That's true. But where was the mom?
Yeah, that's a great point.
I never saw her in the...
And he was a cop. He helped fucking cover it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just saw the opening because it would come on after something I was watching. And before I could find the remote to change it halfway through that song, I'd see them like walking down to a fishing hole. Don't see mom anywhere, just saying. So they found, they found photos where they found the remains of the mother, found during a search there. One of the people searching the property near the Wisconsin River on July 14th here said that he smelled human remains before finding them. It's the summer and it's been 2 weeks.
Jesus.
He said, this is Kevin Gruber, a part-time medic for the county sheriff's.
Human meringue.
Human meringue, did I?
I'm sure that smells the same.
No human meringue.
Yikes.
That's all whipped up at that point. It's got to be stiff.
Yeah.
That's poor fucking people, Jesus. Kevin said my first indication was the smell. Yeah. The approximately 30 searchers weren't told what to look for on the Department of Natural Resources.
Oh, you'll know
property.
when you find it.
If you find something weird, let me know. Outside of, quote, anything of interest that in a murder case. They found the dismembered remains of legs, later identified through DNA as belonging to Krista. They were found in 2 locations about 30 yards apart. Legs were 30 yards apart, just scattering them. A Utah woman visiting her daughter near this land on July 3rd said she was outside playing with her granddaughter when she saw a man with a backpack walk away from a parked car further down the road and later return to it. The person said, at the time, I didn't think it was odd.
Yeah, I thought he was hiking.
She said she didn't recognize that Chandler outside the general description that he fit. She said, I just thought it was a guy who was going hiking. Who pays attention to somebody you just see walking?
Somebody with a backpack walking away from a car?
I don't give a shit about you.
Feels hikeable.
Mind your fucking business, everybody. So he's being charged with kidnapping, murder, and dismembering his father. Now he's charged with the same shit for his mother. And also, they're in the criminal update, he is quoted as telling a detective as he's being taken away at one point that he, quote, didn't feel bad about what he did. So maybe they were saying, did you feel bad about lying? And he said, I don't feel bad about it, about the school stuff. Yeah. Or it could be, I don't feel bad about killing my parents. We don't know there. So that's just out of context. I don't feel bad about what I did. So they found, that's wild. They didn't find Krista's remains till 6 days later.
Oh, my God.
So they were, that's so disturbing. According to the complaint, Chandler made a number of unsolicited comments and spontaneous utterances after asking for an attorney. He didn't just say lawyer and then sit back and cross his arms like they do on The Wire. He asked for attorney. Then he was told, an attorney asked, then he was told, well, you're being put under arrest. Mm-hmm. And he told the detective he wanted to, quote, go back up and then he would tell me everything. So once they were taking him to jail, he said, take me back in and I'll tell you everything. He didn't want to go to jail. He wanted to be taken back to the interview room. He would have rather delayed a couple hours going to jail and give the whole thing up. Because he doesn't want to go. That's how, for the moment, he is in his life. Think about that.
But he said lawyer, so they can't go back up.
They said we can't. You asked for a fucking lawyer. Once you say you want a lawyer, it's over with.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, once we
and now he's panicking.
He's panicking.
His name's Chandler. He's about to go to jail.
And he's 23 and he lies about everything and he's a pussy and he doesn't want to go to jail. Right. Yeah. So the detective explained that you invoked your right to an attorney. Interview is over. Yeah. And Chandler responded along the lines of, quote, what if I want to tell you everything with an attorney there to guide me? And then later on, he said again, I just want to tell you everything.
I just don't want to go, please.
I just don't want to go to jail.
Please don't put me in there.
Take me 2 hours less. Meanwhile, you're going to a fucking rural Wisconsin jail. How it's going to be a bunch of drunken college kids. That's all it is. That's it. That's all it'll be there. So according to prosecutors, they decide to tell the court that he has, quote, spun a web of lies after reporting his parents missing. They told authorities Chandler did that his parents had left with an unknown couple, and obviously they didn't here. And they also said investigators found discrepancies in his story, including a claim that his parents had planned to attend a parade in White Lake. When they looked into it, there was no parade scheduled anywhere.
What is he doing?
So he's just making up lies that'll get him out of the moment.
Jesus.
Doesn't think. It's not a lie to set up a bigger thing. It's just lie for the minute.
You know what? I just figured his girlfriend didn't set that thing up because he's a
fucking liar.
He just lies all the time and she's had enough.
That's why I said find someone you don't have to fucking track because they're not a liar.
She's probably not a dickhead. She's probably just...
He fucking lies.
He makes her think she's crazy, so she's like, fuck it. I'll set things up. My phone can't. I'm not crazy if my phone tells me what you're doing.
You're a liar. Yeah. Period.
My phone said you're a liar.
Everything.
Not me.
You said you're here. It says you're there.
Everything's telling me you're lying.
It's fucking crazy. So no parade.
Yeah.
They said there. No signs of activity at the...
Wow.
Anything. They found the mother's body dismembered as well as the father's. And so the medical examiner says that they were discovered. Krista Halderson's recovered legs were consistent with being sawed apart.
Yikes.
Although they were in varying stages of decomposition. They said, quote, this appeared to be kind of steps in the bone. This is consistent with a sharp force injury that can be sawing, can be cutting, but again, we have movement. It's not just a clean cut,
hand operated,
clean through. Yeah, it's not just like a fucking big circular saw came down.
Jesus,
this is a guy taking a fucking handsaw and cutting his parents into multiple pieces, then dropping them in different locations all over the place. Then going, I don't know where they are.
What? They heard about a parade.
That's a sick, disturbing person.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very, very scary person there. They
said cover up a lie, James.
To cover up a lie. That's what I mean. This isn't for $5 million. This isn't for.
Yeah, he's not looking for insurance money.
This isn't revenge. Nobody killed his daughter. This is
because there's
lies.
Shame.
Yeah, he doesn't want to confront his lies.
I've never heard of a shame killing.
This happens all. This look up college kids that lied about going to college and killed their parents. Extremely common.
Really?
Girls, it happens all the time.
Oh my God.
It's weird as fuck. It's so fucking weird. Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about Sono Bello. You know, the most known secret with celebrities and influencers and all these famous people is so many of them have had lipo. They've had lipo, whether it's a little touch-up here or a total makeover. Yeah. Nobody has a perfect body. That's the thing. No. They may look like it on TV, but there's things that help that. Absolutely. Lipo now has changed, and Sono Bello's been at the forefront with using LAL technology and getting those beautiful and natural outcomes for each person. Looking real natural. Our friends at Sono Bello are offering their best deal. You're now included in their winter savings event, but appointments are limited, so please get on this. Sono Bello doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal, a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently wherever your problem areas are. Tummy, love handles, thighs, arms, it's gone in one comfortable visit. Eating healthy and workouts are great. Keep doing that, but if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out Sono Bello. Save big during their winter savings event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/smalltownmurder. That's sonobello.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about our stylish friends at Quince. That's right, let's go elevate your styles, people. Yeah. Get it going, look good out there, and you can do it now without breaking your wallet, without breaking the bank, because at Quince, you can get high-end, versatile pieces at prices we can all actually afford, which is very nice. You want to get good stuff that lasts and it's good, and they have quality stuff that's very affordable, and you can do like we did, upgrading our stuff here, while still being a very reasonable price. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. It's all quality stuff. You're going to love it. Trust us, it looks good. And I've got the leather jacket. It's a very high-quality item. Real nice, soft leather. Yeah. Jimmie's got his linen pants he's rocking.
Yeah. They're terrific.
Come on, be like us, be fashionable, get in there with Quince, indulge in affordable luxury. Go to quince.com/smalltownmurder for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/smalltownmurder to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about a very cool place, Thrive Market. Yes, we are both looking to get into the healthy swing this year. The problem is I don't know what's in everything, and I don't know if even I'm qualified to even read the labels to know if that's good or that's bad. Right. There's chemicals in things, and there's things floating around. I don't know what I'm doing out there. One of my favorite features, and I know you were talking to me about this, is the Healthy Swap Scanner in the Thrive Market app. Yeah, it's simple. You scan any item, and it'll instantly suggest a cleaner, healthier grocery alternative, it's great. Amazing. Yeah. That's great. Thrive Market also takes the guesswork out of finding these safe, healthy foods. For example, like I'm trying to get my protein intake up for energy. I'm always moving around. I need stuff, and I love that you can filter their site by the high protein options. Nice. It's very cool, and you can personalize this portion, and you can put filters on it, and get ready. You should be ready for a junk-free start to 2025. Get ready for it and head to thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder and get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/smalltownmurder, thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
So yeah, they said no hemorrhaging was found in Krista's legs.
She's already dead.
They determined that she was dead at the time she was dismembered, which is good. You want to be dismembered alive.
True.
They said precise cause of death cannot be known because of decomposition and lack of all the parts as well. Because animals, it's the summertime in the woods. Animals can take stuff as well, but it's ruled a homicide. The medical examiner said, I don't actually know which injury caused the death of Krista Halderson, but I believe she died as a result of some violence. Yeah, I would say.
Probably shot.
You think. Deputy Eric Schneider also described how just after the torso was found, he found several items used for sawing and cutting.
Oh, boy.
Including a bolt cutter, a saw blade on the inside of an old oil tank on that property. He was among a group of crime scene investigators who found a tarp stained with reddish or brown substance in the barn. So, yeah,
probably
blood. That's how he carried them out there. You can't fucking carry a torso. Yeah. He's a pussy. He's not carrying a torso out there.
He's quite the little bitch.
Yeah. So 3 months later.
What?
After this, they find more evidence, okay? They collected more evidence from Chandler's home and from the farm where the headless torso of his father was found, including the rifle they believe he used to kill his father and the shoe. The spot here, the shoe, there's a shoe where he hid both his parents' phones and driver's licenses. He stuffed them in a shoe and tossed them.
Wow.
So, yeah, he shut the phones up, stuffed them in there, their licenses, get rid of them.
Weird.
Wow. That is fucking, they believe now, by putting it all together, he killed his parents, he dismembered them. The parts that they didn't find, they believe because he burned them in the family fireplace.
Where the window was broken.
Where the window was broken. Yes, where he was playing with the dogs, as he said. He burned them in the fireplace, but they didn't burn all the way. And the bigger the parts, the fingers might burn, but you're not getting a thigh to burn.
Right.
So what do? You have to take a torso. It's too big for the fireplace. You got to go toss it somewhere. So that's what he did. He just sawed them up and then didn't think, oh, fuck, I can't burn them all.
This is too much.
It's too much. So they do that, and instead they scattered the parts in all sorts of different places.
Wow.
They had dozens of photos and pieces of physical evidence introduced here, including 3 rifle magazines containing a total of 55 rounds of ammunition.
Oh, my.
This guy with 55 rounds of ammunition locked in, that scares the fuck out of me because he is dangerous.
Yeah.
A bullet fragment and casing, and an axe covered with human blood. He's chopping his parents up with a fucking axe. All found in the home that's in their house.
They were just
that was just at home.
Yeah.
And he left that shit in his house.
Yeah.
That's how dumb this fucking kid is, how cocky he is that he can get away with his lies. Narcissist.
Man.
So the rifle was found. They missed the rifle the first time
Really?
they've searched. They searched it 10 times, missed it.
Yeah.
It was found behind some boards in the barn on the property where the torso was found, but not until 3 months after the barn was first searched by county sheriff's office people in the days after the discovery of the torso and long after the property had been turned back to its owners.
Somebody else's property?
This was someone's property.
He hid a gun.
Yeah, in their barn.
Somebody else's property he hid a gun in.
He hides a gun there. Yes, that's where he dumped, he's dumping torsos. He went in the barn, put some shit in there. That's where they found a tarp and found other shit. And then behind some boards, he hid this shit that they didn't find till 3 months later.
Like a gun would never be found on somebody else's property. You know what I mean?
That's wild. It's the girlfriend of, I guess this is the girlfriend of his girlfriend's mother. It's his mother's
partner.
Yeah, it's her. So that's who this is. It's her family's farm. That's that's why he knows the place. They say Chandler was fond of Russian-made rifles like the one found in the barn and had been given such a rifle by a friend with whom he played online first-person shooter video games with.
Wow.
Don't give anyone you're playing online first-person shooter video games with. Don't give them real fucking weapons, first of all.
They don't get their own weapons.
If they want to buy one, great, but you leave that to other people. Yeah. Crime scene investigating. This is a great name for a crime scene investigator. I had to laugh in the middle of investigator. Greg Leatherberry.
Not bad.
I'm Greg Leatherberry. I'm here to investigate. Leatherberry? That sounds like your ball sack is. You could punch it and it won't hurt.
I was hoping it was like Dusty Prince or something
yeah,
like yeah, that's out there dusting for fingerprints.
Dusty Prince. I was thinking something dirty.
Yeah. Dusty balls.
This is Greg Taint Spackle. Nice to meet you. Well, spackle my taint. That's his catchphrase.
This is Dick Puddle.
So he found 3 rifle magazines hidden behind a section of insulation on a basement wall at the Halderson home.
Oh.
So at the home. And the bullets they contained were the same type as the bullet that Chandler had given to his brother Mitchell a few weeks before the killings. Mm-hmm. The bullet had "Get Well" written on it and was meant as a gift after Mitchell was diagnosed with diabetes.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you got the beats? Here's a bullet. Get well? What the fuck kind of present is that? I don't like Chandler.
If you can't handle beaties, use this.
That's what I think what it's for.
Yeah.
Get well or else should have been on the other side. They presented photos here of a plastic Target shopping bag found in the garbage cart on the farm property that they found the rifle. On the bag was a sticker with the first initial and last name of Halderson's girlfriend at the time, Kat Melander. And inside the bag was another plastic bag containing rags stained with fucking blood, reddish-brown substance, and 2 Brillo pads stained with the same. This is his cleaning.
His cleanup kit?
His cleanup kit.
Is a reusable grocery bag with his girlfriend's name on it.
And 2 Brillo pads.
Jesus.
And some rags. Yeah. Melander was given the bag, the girlfriend, when picking up groceries on July 1st at Target, because I think she could still do the curbside pickup because it's still COVID shit, according to her testimony. The bag was then, that's why her name is on a sticker.
Right.
It's pickup. The bag was then brought to Halderson's home on July 2nd, prosecutors say. They say when he opened the bag, he first smelled cleaning supplies, which were quickly overtaken by a rancid, putrid smell.
Yeah, like blood.
Rotting blood. Leatherberry also testified about the drops of blood found near the family's downstairs fireplace.
Yeah.
As well as the piece of human bone found in the fireplace.
Damn it.
And that his attention was drawn to different kinds of burn residue in the fireplace is great. He said, quote, I knew that there was something more burnt in this fireplace than wood products. Actually, I knew that there was something more burnt in this fireplace than wood products, or else my name isn't Detective Leatherberry. That is fucking wild. So
he's tougher than Tackleberry.
It's a way tougher, yeah. He doesn't need all those guns. Found in the same stand of woods as the father's torso was a Rubbermaid garbage cart containing a tarp that also appeared with blood, stained with blood, according to the testimony. And they noticed that in photos of the scene vegetation under the cart was still green, suggesting the cart had only been recently replaced. So they didn't stick it there from the farm for 2 months. They also testified about the searching for shoes in the Halderson home in an attempt to match tread marks found on the property by the shoes. The jury saw photos of 5 Brooks Launch 5 running, or a pair of Brooks Launch 5 running shoes.
Those Brooks shoes.
I don't know those ones.
Brooks? They're fucking... They're for old men.
Okay. Well,
or super joggers. Runners love Brooks.
Okay.
Brooks are good shoes.
One of those ones that like the medical people are always wearing?
No, it's just a normal shoe. It has, if you saw the swoosh that goes up the side, you'd know.
Oh, I know.
They're kind of like,
those ones,
they're better than Asics.
I know those
That's
ones.
What
Okay.
They're good shoes.
Those shoes appeared to be, these ones weren't good shoes because these appeared to have spots of blood on them.
Oh, that's a bad shoe.
That's a bad shoe. I don't like this one. It has blood spatter on it. Can I get a different shoe? Can I trade this shoe?
It's a bad shoe.
It's not a good shoe. And then a floral print shoe that had been hidden under some shelving in the Haldersons' garage and found to contain 2 phones and their Bart and Krista's driver's licenses wrapped in paper towel and tinfoil.
Why would he?
What? That can't get a location if it's wrapped in tinfoil.
Are liars like meth heads? They just do weird shit?
I think so. He didn't have a real good murder plan here. So the opening statements of the trial, they say that he's living a lie, the prosecution said in his trial, about having a job, having gone to school, and getting a better job waiting for him in Florida. When his father figured it out, they claim, Halderson decided to kill him and his mother and get rid of their bodies, first in the family fireplace and then around southern Wisconsin, and lie about that too.
And then what?
Yep, they said that he presented himself to the world as a soon-to-be graduate of a renewable resources engineering program at Madison Area Technical College with a job at American Family Insurance and a SpaceX job waiting for him when he graduates.
Renewable energy degree certainly wasted on working at American Family.
Well, that's just in the meantime till he graduates.
That's just to bridge the gap until
might as well be Dairy Queen. It doesn't matter.
Until I'm flying fucking drones through space.
Then I'm going to be fucking I'm going to be planning shuttle launches pretty soon. He went so far as to fabricate dozens, if not hundreds, of emails between him and the Madison Area Technical College and American Family, because he wasn't working there either, in an attempt to justify the story he was telling the world, including his father, who was starting to ask questions about why his son never seemed to have any money, even though he works full fucking time at American Family Insurance.
Why are all these bills coming in for doctors? Don't you have health insurance at American fucking Family?
You would think so. Well, then Bart, the dad, posing as his son during a phone call with a frontline worker at the technical college, discovered that he hadn't been going to school.
Oh, God.
Yep. He let Chandler know of the call and told him of a meeting he scheduled between the two of them and the college officials. We're all going to sit down and talk about this. That's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah, well.
That's going to be bad. Realizing he was about to be exposed, Chandler shot his father in the back of the head in the Windsor home here just before the meeting. They said it was just before the meeting was supposed to start.
All it was to save embarrassment?
He didn't want to be embarrassed and get yelled at by his dad. He then had to sit with his dad's corpse there and wait for his mother to return home from work a few hours later, and then shot her when she came in as well to cover up the killing of the father.
Cover up a murder.
Then tried to dispose of their bodies, file falsified missing persons reports, and all of that. They said, quote, "A lot of cases begin with murder. This one is just a small piece of the puzzle. Chandler spun an amazing web of lies."
To put it mildly.
Yeah. Defense attorney called her client just a normal kid.
What?
A normal kid who likes to play video games and who didn't kill his parents, just like every normal kid.
He is 23 years old. That is not a kid anymore.
Normal kid. Just a normal guy.
That's a 23-year-old failure.
She said, we'll never know. The saddest thing about this whole trial is that we'll never know how Bart and Krista really died. That's the saddest part. Just they must have exploded.
Christ.
She said, quote, "They simply don't know what happened."
Okay.
She said that it's not a juror's job to be a story collaborator. Put aside your emotions and rely on your logic here. She said the state's witnesses and the evidence would not be hotly contested by the defense, and it's not possible to know how Bart and Christie might have responded to Chandler's lies. She also made clear that at the end of the trial, defense attorneys could stand before the jury and conceding that the state did convict Chandler of some crimes, but never murder.
I can't.
Prosecution contends that a text message Chandler received on July 4th from his mother's phone, at which he pointed to as proof she was still alive, was really sent by Chandler from his mother's phone after he killed her to himself.
What the fuck
this guy
is happening?
He's a disturbing,
diabolical. That's a bad kid.
This is a bad guy. He's not a good kid.
No.
A toothbrush head believed to have been used by Krista. This is some evidence introduced. The email exchange between Bart and Krista about that they have an exchange, like he said, I caught Chandler in a lie, and they talked about the college situation. So they know for a fact that they knew about that. A toothbrush head that believed to have been used by Krista. Black lengths of rope found in the Halderson garage and around Bart's torso. They match. An empty bottle of hydrogen peroxide that he used to clean with. Yeah. A swab containing human blood that had been taken from a drain of the freezer, a freezer in the family's basement.
Gross. So he put him in the freezer?
I guess he didn't know what to do with them for a minute. Jurors see photos of the bodies and of Bart's body, and it's pretty disturbing. They talk about the rifle in the shed. His ex-girlfriend and her mother testify.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And then the mother's girlfriend, too. They talk about Chandler had been on the farm on July 4th with the girlfriend for a 4th of July celebration, then came by alone the day after asking to use the pool. They say this was a ruse that he used as an excuse to dump his father's torso. Mind if I come by? That way it wouldn't be weird that he was there.
Right.
They also decided to search the farm shortly after they interviewed the girlfriend and found the shit. He said it was there that he saw some turkey vultures, unusual among birds in their strong sense of smell, circling overhead. Long grass tamped down as if with car tires near the woods, and a target bag filled with bloody rags. The guy said, it took me a while to process what I was seeing, and then it became obvious I was looking at a human torso because it's decomposed.
Yeah, with turkey vultures circling it.
Man, they said that generally Chandler was quiet and a bit nerdy. And one person said just seemed kind of off, kind of weird, actually. His concussion was really bad. I guess he had a concussion at some point. They said that the prosecution had sought to shed doubt on whether Chandler was seriously injured or injured at all in the fall he took down some stairs in June. Okay. An emergency room physician who saw him in June testified that while he likely had a mild concussion, his CT scans did not show any abnormalities, and he did not tell Halderson, as Halderson had told the officers, that he might need surgery, couldn't fly, or will need a shit bag in the future.
Can't fly.
Told him I can't fly anywhere.
I can't fly either.
Wow. That is fucking amazing. They said that Chandler had never been to the property alone before that, and that his girlfriend, when finding out that he was coming over to that pool, had rushed over because she said that the mother's girlfriend sometimes is topless by the pool, and the girlfriend said, I was worried that he might see her.
Don't be worried.
I was worried. She's
sounds great.
On top of shit. Wait, he's going to see tits. I got to get in the car. So I guess he used to talk to the girlfriend and try to, like
flirt with her.
No. Talk to her like as a
mom,
mentor-y type of figure, I guess.
Nice.
But they did say that they hadn't been locking their shed. The rifle found there was not theirs. It must have belonged to him, and it matches the murder weapon. So yeah, it's pretty close there. He'd been lying to his parents for a couple of years now, by the way. He even lied to his girlfriend because her lease was up. Her lease was up soon, and she was planning on joining him in Florida in
SpaceX
in September when he takes his big job at SpaceX. So she was saying, no, not renewing my lease.
He's putting her in a position where she's about to be fucking homeless.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Standing in Florida with all of her shit for no reason. And she said, I just believed his parents were missing and I wanted them to be found.
Oh, my God.
That's all. Then they also have video footage of security footage taken from a home near the Haldersons in which the family's Subaru can be seen leaving and returning multiple times between July 1st and 7th. And they said that was Chandler only decided to distribute his parents' remains after failing to burn them in the fireplace.
Oh, my God.
Also, the gun. Again, they talk about the gun that they found.
He's so busted.
Yeah, he has all sorts of, Smith documented the weapon exchange by taking a photo, his friend that gave him the gun, taking a photo of Chandler's ID alongside the rifle's serial number before Chandler hid the gun inside a desk in his family basement. He said that, quote, his parents understood why firearms exist in the world, not that they necessarily support having them. I understood they might not be happy about him having the firearm in the house because he might shoot them. Yeah. Maybe that's why. So this goes on a lot. They said that they asked the friend who gave him the gun how many guns he sold, and the friend said, that's none of your business, frankly. I'm not the one on trial here.
I'm not a gun dealer. Don't worry about me.
Oh, man. Yeah. Following the testimony, jurors heard from his roommate, a former roommate, Alex Gravatt, and a former girlfriend named Dakota Brown. The girlfriend said Chandler had told them he was doing search and rescue scuba diving missions for the Madison Police Department. They don't have a unit that does that there. He just lied to them and told them that's what he was doing because that sounded cool to him at the time.
He has nothing to be embarrassed about. He did all this to himself.
Yeah, he couldn't. He needs to be this thing.
Wow.
They found tools that they said matched with the cuts also.
Yeah.
Hacksaw found on the property, axe with blood on it. They talked about a cutting tool with a certain amount of blade teeth that matches up perfectly. They said the alloy saw and hacksaw analyzed were found inside an old tank, and said that this was the tool that they said they're not going to be able to say it was for sure the one that was used, but it was consistent with the wounds. So this could be the one, and he hid them. So, that's possible here. They talk about Bart sending his last text and when that happened. And also he was sending texts for his dad, apparently, as his dad, I should say. This goes bad. And email exchanges, I can't believe he made up thousands of emails about
what
between
he's doing.
him and so he could show his dad that. That's bonkers.
That's gross.
That's fucking bonkers. So, wow. A little smiley faces on all this shit.
What?
So, these texts. Oh, this, that. I spoke to this person. The last text she sent read, I hope things are going well. Thinking about you. That was how. Okay, that's the last text that she sent. All right. Anyway, verdict comes in, deliberating for 2 hours. They find him guilty of 2 counts each of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, hiding a corpse, and falsifying information about a missing person who then turned into a corpse. District attorney says, I hope that brings some satisfaction. We know that we cannot bring back Bart and Krista, but this is the first step to hopefully bringing some finality. So, during sentencing, they reminded jurors of the evidence, cutting tools, DNA, phone locations, all that shit. They said, we know that Bart and Krista went into that home and never came out, at least as whole people.
Oh, my God.
He had 8 days to spread pieces of this puzzle all over the place. And, they said, give them the dignity their son wouldn't let them give. The defense attorney said, do you know if it was an awful accident? Do you know if it was intentional? Do you know if there was someone else involved? You don't, and that's the problem.
Is that the problem?
That's the problem. They said that Chandler, he's a liar. He's gone to extreme lengths to keep his lies going, but so what? So what?
He accidentally killed his parents.
He said,
you'd lie like this too if your life was at risk over an accident.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be there for his sentencing, by the way.
No?
He's such a narcissist, doesn't want to be confronted so much. He can't sit there for his sentencing.
It's embarrassing.
And he has to make a special filing because the law says you have to be there unless you do this crazy waivers and all this type of shit. Victim impact statements, a letter from grandma.
Wow.
Saying that he's basically a piece of shit here. Mr. Halderson should have the ability to be reviewed and be considered for release back into our community at any point, despite his young age.
No.
I cannot say to the community here that that should happen. You, sir... Here's the judge. I cannot conceive of a way to fulfill my duty to protect the public that I serve were I to perceive that at some point in time an individual who committed these crimes should be released back into the public. You, sir, may fuck off. Life without parole.
At 23.
At this point, 24, whatever the fuck it is here. Yes, the prosecutor said almost every homicide I've prosecuted, there's been a fairly tragic backstory of the defendant, violence, drugs, just tragedy.
Yeah.
You're often left with an explanation, not an excuse, but an explanation as to why the crime occurred. There's not an explanation here.
Nothing.
Chandler grew up with a life of privilege.
Yeah.
He continues to be in prison. He's filed an appeal. We'll see what happens.
No.
Chandler sucks. That's Wisconsin,
Wow,
Windsor, Wisconsin.
Chandler.
Very quickly, I'll go through this. Listen to the new show, Your Stupid Opinions, patreon.com/crime and sports, David Meyerhofer confession, athletes with prostitutes, virtual live show, shutupandgivememurder.com. Go there, /virtual live, and go to the regular site just for tickets to shows and everything like that.
You know where we are.
You know where we are.
Thank
keep
you.
coming back. Keep seeing us. That's been fun. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.
If you like Small Town Murder, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from Law and Crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus